Well, good morning. I was reading a thing on the internet here a few minutes ago that was talking about it's about the Second Amendment, gun rights, and it was commenting on how the government could do this, that, and the other with gun rights because look at felons. Felons cannot purchase a gun, own a gun, have a gun, convicted felons, because they're felons. No, that's not really right. If you read the Constitution, you read the Second Amendment, you go back and read original intent, so to speak, and you look at it, that Constitution of the United States, that little preamble, I've talked about this before, that little preamble, it states, "We the people of the United States, in order to," and then it goes into this protect and all this other stuff. Well, you know, that's like the law of Moses for the children of Israel. It's like the Torah for people that believe in, people who worship Allah. It's for the different things for different people. If you believe, if you are a member, if you choose to be a citizen of the United States, or you choose to be a follower of Islam, or you choose to be a Christian, and if you look at the Christian stuff, there's so many different, and with Allah, with Islam, and most everything, there's all different kinds of little groups mixed in there. This group believes that, this group believes this other thing, this group don't believe that, but they believe this, but they're all either Christian or Muslim or Jewish. The law of Moses actually was for the children of Israel, 12 tribes, and the Jews are only one of those tribes. See, so you got to pay attention to what's going on. Now back to this thing about felons and having a gun. That Constitution is for citizens who choose to be citizens of the United States, and those citizens choose to uphold and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign or domestic, and such, and go on down. Okay? Well, we got all these politicians. We've got all these anti-gun rights people. We got all these different segments that live in the United States, claim to be good U.S. citizens, patriotic and everything, and claim that the Constitution does this, that, or the other. And they're full of horse feathers. They're just spouting this stuff out there, splattering it against the wall to see what sticks with the idiots that are really citizens of the United States. When you go to court for a felony, you've been charged with a felony, you go to court, it either says the state of California, Utah, Arizona, etc., versus so-and-so Joe Public. Or it says the United States of America, or however it's worded, it's been a long time since I saw one, versus Joe Public. Depends on whether you're going in as one of these RICO Act type people or whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay? You're convicted of that felony. When you're convicted of that felony, original intent said you committed a crime because you went to war against the society that's in that other, whether it's the state or the federal or whatever. This has all been covered. Now, that American Bar Association and those state bar associations have very cleverly covered all this in manure, so you don't really see it. Okay? But when you're convicted of that felony, the key point to it is you went to war against society. Now, if it's a religion, you would be excommunicated. But you were convicted, you were put in prison or whatever, put in a chain gang, don't matter, it's all goofy. And that whole deal, you had your citizenship revoked. You are not, if you're a convicted felon sitting in a penitentiary somewhere, you are not a legal United States or state, Arizona, California citizen. You lost that. That's why you can't have a gun or you can't vote. Now, a non-citizen does not have protection and rights under the Second Amendment. An illegal immigrant does not have rights under the Second Amendment or the First Amendment or any of the Constitution, because those are the rights and the protections of the citizens of the United States of America. If you took an oath, I was elected to be the big shot in this state, to uphold and defend the Constitution of the state and of the United States, and you fail to do that, what is that crime? People need to start looking at what, they talk about this swamp, deep swamp in Washington, D.C. and everything. It's all bull splatter. It's all male bovine feces shattered all over everything so that you can't tell what it's supposed to be underneath. That's the politicians and the lawyers and the corrupt officials that are appointed to those positions. It's all party people. That's why when you listen to me, I'll tell you, those two parties. And you can actually include the parties that don't seem to ever get in power. The Green, whatever that other one is. There's 3 or 4 parties out there that don't seem to get much in power, maybe just locally, but they all do not think about that Constitution and obey it. The Founding Fathers said and believed there should be no law written that the people who are to obey that law cannot understand and read and know what it means without somebody explaining it to them. That 5,000 or whatever page Obama health bill, that thing is unconstitutional, because there ain't nobody I know, including me, that can read it and understand it. And there sure ain't none of them lawyers or doctors or any of those politicians that can read it and understand all 5,000 pages of that circular reasoning that goes into those things. So now, let's go back and look. The Constitution is the law and the protection of legal U.S. citizens. If you're here on a visa, it's conditional. If you've applied for U.S. citizenship and you're working towards it, you got more rights. If you're an illegal immigrant, or if you're a convicted felon that has not regained his citizenship, you're supposed to be able to regain that citizenship after you've been convicted of a felony and been punished or whatever. So think about it. This whole thing about this United States has been so corrupted, nobody understands what it is. But there are a few of us patriotic citizens who have paid attention and try to let others know what it is and how we're supposed to act and who is protected and who isn't. Think about it. I'll be back to you again. Have a good day and may God bless you all.